Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Monster Train. We've unlocked well, hold on. Nah, never mind. I was gonna say we've unlocked all of the card arts except for the beat Hell Rush 10 times one, but that's just an annoying one to do because no one's playing Hell Rush. Like, you have to play with someone else, and if you win on like the second boss fight, you don't get to play the rest of the run. So it's kind of just annoying. Why don't we check out our divinity victories and let's pick one that we haven't done. So I'm going to gravitate towards kind of the middle of the screen. What about Umbra Stygian? With not Primordium, so it's gonna be Penumbra Umbra, right? Yeah. Let's do Umbra Stygian. Now for Stygian, we can have either Frozen Lance or Forgone Power, but we do need to have Umbra with the Shade Splitters. I love the golden card on Penumbra, look at that. Egnart says, I didn't even know you could play this with someone else. So there are multiple different multiplayer modes, they're all asynchronous. Hell Rush has you and other people, as many people who want to join, doing a run on Covenant 0, I think, but it's a time trial. You have like 2 minutes to defeat the boss and make your decision. So you gotta play your cards as quickly as you can. It's like a 20-minute ring 1 to ring 8 run. The only thing though is that no one's playing Hell Rush, so you oftentimes don't even get to start the match. I think we should take Frozen Lances, because 1 HP units will die to this. I much prefer the Plinks, but we have to win with Penumbra, so let's do it. Depart. There's some pretty great, Mind Collapse is good. Oh, buff debuff sucks. There's some pretty great synergies between Umbra and Stygian, although mostly I think that those synergies are really if you have the Stygian champion, Soul Guard, because you can give him lifesteal and damage shield, and then he's inflicting frostbite on enemies, healing up to full health, and he's a great tank. I'm not that familiar with the meta behind Penumbra, but we're gonna try to make it work. Ember Cache, I think, is garbage, but we'll leave it in the deck. At least it's like an incant trigger, I suppose, once you shuffle once. When you play your first morsel, draw one. When you play your third card, draw one. They're functionally pretty equivalent. You know, if you Shade Split, play a morsel, you only need to play one more morsel, or one more card to get draw. But it's more consistent than playing a morsel. Some turns maybe you don't have a morsel. So the third card is probably a little easier to trigger. So we'll take that. Friendly units enter with lifesteal 2 is pretty good. 7 energy on the first turn is also pretty good. I am thinking in my head, like, if we can get Shroud Spike, make it intrinsic, and then use the 7 energy on the first turn to steamroll into insane Shroud Spike plays, and you can get cards that also double your energy, then we could get an insane number of gorging early. But I think just getting lifesteal, it's gonna matter with Penumbra, it's gonna matter with anything that we put out and play, so kind of why not? Enemy units enter with Frostbite 2, fulfills the same purpose as the Jack Strips. But I think lifesteal is just a little bit better to keep your units alive. And then do we want Trample or Gorge? I don't like Monstrous, I think it's too big to work around, but lifesteal 2 is now actually lifesteal 4, because this is built-in lifesteal. And then you can function on your own floor. We can build you up, Buttercup baby, and hope that you are good enough to murder. I will turn on enemy units do more damage, because I don't think it's gonna matter. Because we have Mind Collapse to kill you. And we got it. Now, unfortunately, we did not get any morsels, but we will still play this, and we might draw a morsel. So you know what? We did not draw a morsel. That's okay. We didn't need the energy. It would have just been nice to have. Now, I also really want the gold, but I don't think we can get the gold. It's a huge disappointment. But, there we go. We just literally needed Mind Collapse. 15 damage. We have a lot of energy on this turn, don't we? We can play this. We can play this. I guess it doesn't really matter, so we'll play it like this. You're dead. You're taking a little bit of damage. Just need another Mind Collapse. Another Mind Collapse. Or damage dealing morsel. Okay, maybe not. That's fine. You're gonna make it to the pyre. I can't kill you. I wish I could. I didn't get an energy morsel, so I guess we're screwed there. Yeah, this is 9 damage. I mean, we knew it was gonna happen. There we go. There's our Mind Collapse. And we finally got like a good we finally got a morsel that does damage. All right, anyways, you're toast. There's no way you can kill my champion. He's too strong. Our spells are garbage. Our train stewards are garbage. We only have one unit that does anything, but you know, it is what it is. Heralds of Production. I've used this before, pretty effectively. Space Prism though, extra capacity. You know that intrinsic spell chain on that's really nice. Packed Morsels though is just morsels. We need morsels. We need good morsels. Offering Token, Flash Freeze, Mollusk, Mage. Bit of a magic power bonus, but I think Flash Freeze to kill units or Offering Token to draw discard for free to trigger Winged Steel and also get through the deck, it might be a little bit better. Finally, a unit. God damn it. Shadow Siege! How dare you show up? You're a great unit though. Paper Scorg, welcome, how you doing today? Hello, welcome to the stream. I mean, here's what I think. Even if you don't play Shadow Siege, because it's hard, 7 energy on turn 1, admittedly would make him playable, which is kind of funny. The stats are insane. You don't have to play him for 6 energy. You get half of his stats by just melding him into something else. So we can take Shadow Siege, we can take another unit, and we can still make the other unit insanely strong. Or we could maybe build around trying to play Shadow Siege, but I just like the stats, which I think is why I have to take him. Because this is 10 turns of Morsel Maker resolve from the stat gain, and this you get immediately. So I think you have to take it and just try to do something with it. There's no good... Well, I was gonna say there are no good Stygian units for putting that Shadow Siege into, but that's a lie. A Sweeper would be fantastic. Sweeper with plus 60 damage, plus 50 HP, then put Quick on them, they can wipe floors on their own, and it's a superb unit. So and there are 2 Sweepers in Stygian decks. Umbra actually might be worse, because Umbra does not have any Sweepers or anything that can really benefit from the extra stats, except for the Construct, but then at 4 capacity, there's no room for morsels. And Overgorge or Shadow Eater, you need them to gorge, so you can't have them have capacity. So yeah, I think you want to go Stygian on this one, because the Stygian units are just better. Sweep, sweep. Incant, Incant Rage, then we can just get multi-strike on them. They can tank their own floor. Hell, Titan Sentry, Eel Gorgon. We'll go check out the Stygian units. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so we'll take a Sweeper, and then we'll meld, and then we'll have a great Sweeper with 60 damage and 60 HP. We need to give them quick at some point, but they will have lifesteal. Now, is this enough to win us the game? No, but if we duplicate the unit, then maybe later? Draw until you have 10 cards, summon a morsel miner. Each floor card and reward packs come with a random upgrade. I think that's worth more. Morsel miner each floor is good, except it could hit some capacity issues. So I think just having random upgrades on future cards, it's early enough that that's gonna matter. It's gonna make a huge difference. So Mind Collapse gets better. -1 on, I hate Ember Cache, because you only get value when you shuffle your deck, but at that point, you either know you're already gonna win or lose. It's just not fast enough. Thin out your deck and then you can play them. Well, yeah, but then do you really need the energy? And if you thin out your deck enough, you're already in the clear. I think a free Shade Splitter is fine, even on holdover. If we can get holdover, it's not great, but it's something. Enemy units enter with armor 10. I think this is fine because they do so little damage. I don't really care if they hit the pyre. The benefit outweighs the risk, because the risk is you take a very meager amount of damage, basically. Okay, we can't play you. I guess with Ember Cache, maybe we could play you at some point, which I guess is kind of funny. But we will buff you. Played a lot of cards that turn. I do wish I had some way of hitting you. You know, you're gonna hit the pyre twice. I don't think I care. I do want the gold, but really just needed like a Mind Collapse. So you're gonna hit the pyre twice. You're gonna do 10 damage. We're gonna take 12 damage on the pyre here and then possibly a little bit more damage here. I could kill you. But then I won't be able to play the Silo fight. Okay. Well, in that case, it's not great. Give you lifesteal. Give you HP. Do another Mind Collapse. I think we can kill them all in that case. So it's 12 damage, which we need to kill you. That kills you. That kills you. So we're not gonna take any more pyre damage, which is nice. If we fight the sweeper, maybe they can stay alive. You know what? They're staying alive with the Spike Man too. All right. You are gonna skip the next floor, which is honestly fine. You're not gonna make it past our champion. This is a story we've heard time and time again. You're gonna die when you attack. I hate this morsel. So you know what? We'll play this. We'll play this. Try to get another morsel. It's good enough. Okay, so again, we took like 12 damage, maybe a little more, 11, maybe a little less. It's not perfect. Consume, apply 1x plus 1 damage shield. Actually, I really like a mortal trade. If we get energy morsels, we can just hold on to this until we get energy morsels, play it, still have energy next turn, and then get 4 lifesteal out of it. The Mind Collapse is tempting, but we already have 2 of them in the deck. Lifesteal seems quite nice. Crit Builder if we can discard it. Ice Tornado cheaper. I mean, if we just make Ice Tornado cost 1, that's still a pretty good card. I don't think we want Flash Freeze. I think this is too expensive. But Crit Builder, we are only ever gonna play it with an offering token. But it's a good combination with energy siphons for spell weakness. If we make a holdover morsel, and I saw morsel. If we make a holdover offering token, I'll be happy. I'll be happy enough. Large stone morsel maker summon an Antumbra morsel and a magma morsel. Siren of the Sea starts with rage. Cold Celia starts with spikes. I mean, a large stone morsel maker is not that good, but I mean, if it makes morsels every turn and they get gorged, it's not bad. It's large stone, so it's 20-55 and it buffs itself. We could put it behind another unit. I mean, if we take capacity, we could put Morsel Maker behind our sweeper, which is weird, but it totally works. Or we could put it behind our champion and then put morsels manually behind Cold Celia. I think it'll work. It's expensive, but not fantastic. Third card, draw 2. That's too much draw. That's too much draw. Playing a spell deals 4 damage to a random enemy unit, remove after 1 battle. Remove after 1 battle plus 6 magic power. Honestly, give me the gold on this one. I don't think those relics really do that much for us. Wow, our first unit thing is here. Duplicate. I think we want the artifact. I don't have anything to duplicate. I really don't. Duplicate Shadow Siege. Who cares? Really just waiting to put this inside of Cold Celia and then buff the crap out of her, which is why we're gonna go here to the Merchant of Steel. We don't really have superb units, so let's get another unit. And by superb, I mean many. Oh, this is so interesting. A random unit or 2 morsels every turn. Every turn. Okay, I will take 2 morsels every turn, forever. A multi-strike Siren of the Sea is actually quite tempting. I mean, this is a good unit and a good upgrade for a good unit. And, you know, I kind of hate to say it, but it does make me think that Shadow Siege in the Siren could be good, because you come out as a 120 unit with 60 HP that scales, and if we give you another stack of multi-strike, you come out as a 180 unit. The Sweeper is probably better, though. Well, I mean, we'll figure it out later, I suppose. Oh. Ah! Okay. Are we really gonna make, like, a Silophyte be 6 capacity but come out as a 100 unit? Yes, we're gonna make a Silophyte 6 capacity and come out as a 100 unit. If we get quick on this, it's gonna be absurd, but I kind of love it. We have to go capacity if we do this, because when we put the Shadow Siege inside of them, they're gonna be 6 capacity. But I like this. I really like this idea. The Siren can just be on her own floor. Silophyte's gonna murder everything. We're absolutely gonna take this. We have to. This is too funny. We give her quick and multi-strike on top of these bonuses. She's gonna be absurd. I do need the cash though. Consider tiny siege. 6 energy though is just too much. Unless you're playing Hellhorned and you conserve energy and you start with 10 energy or whatever it is, it's just kind of unplayable, unfortunately. I really like the idea of the Siren on this floor getting buffed off of Morsel Maker, and we can play morsels for Penumbra however we want. Because that way we're taking more value out of our floor capacity. Or, yeah, because with but being pushed to the back, I mean, I could just play Morsel Maker in the front and then it'll get pushed to the back. But we really need Penumbra to gorge. Okay, so we'll do it like this. I don't know why we drew 2. Oh, right, because of the spell that we just played. That actually makes a lot of sense. All right, so the Siren, we could also put the Morsel Maker in the Siren, but I still like this. You just be played because you do a lot of damage. You have lifesteal, so you're gonna survive. You get all of the morsel and cants. Immortal Trade, we can just hold on to it. We can play it on the Silophyte if we have to. We can play it on anybody. Your lifesteal is all gone though. And yours is all gone. I forgot that Sweep would remove your lifesteal very quickly, but that's fine. We got 2 morsels in hand. Now our hand is just full of good stuff. Pog. That'll kill you. Why not? You don't do any damage. Yeah, why not? Well, we don't have to play it for this much, but there's literally no room to play anything else. Oh, and we got more morsels, huh? You know what? Giving you a lifesteal is totally fine. We have not enough capacity to play anything. We need a lot more capacity. But that should be obvious. And honestly, if you gorge, who cares? You're still a sweet unit in the Siren behind you. I mean, you're kind of the tank for her, really. We don't really have a good spell. Except for Crit Builder. So you know what, let's power up Crit Builder and then play this. And then this will do a Frozen Lance and then a Mind Collapse gets a kill. No, it doesn't. It comes real close. You know what? Oh, right, morsels. I forgot about the morsels. All right, there's morsels. We'll do it like this then. We're playing a lot of spells, more than I thought we would. Who cares? You have lifesteal. You getting lifesteal is real important. Let's play that. Okay. Our morsel generation is just absurd. You take this, you take this. I'm gonna incant as the day is long here. So what would we like? Morsels starting with a damage shield would be freaking incredible. We can almost play Shadow Siege. There's no room for him anywhere. It's just funny. I don't know. One more? I don't think there's one more in our deck, but we almost got to 6 energy. Where do you play him though? You know, that's the point. That's the problem, I should say, not the point. The problem is where the hell do you play him? By the way, you're dead. What a strange run, because I feel like this is a strong run, but I never know with I never know with Umbra how it's gonna go. Furnace, you know, we have spell weakness. Blazing Bolt seems pretty good. Hey, Darnunu, welcome. Hello. Furnace Tap, Permafrost, Multi-Strike, Ember Drain 4. I don't think we care too much about Multi-Strike on like the Silophyte. If we make her a 100-100, especially if we get quick. I feel like spell damage from a Blazing Bolts would be a lot better just because we're gonna have a lot of spell weakness. This is allows us to do a lot of damage to units. Because we're gonna be keeping her alive with Immortal Trade, so she's gonna be hitting a lot. I just don't like the Ember Drain keeping us from playing anything for many turns. We can't really, we haven't been built, we're not building around this, and we didn't take Perils of Production. So, I'm gonna take Blazing Bolts. Burnout. And can't gain rage, large stone. Now, I think this is a skip. Because we kind of have every floor already spoken for. Yeah. I would, now don't get me wrong, I would love to put Endless on the Xylophite, but I think it's more important for her to have quick, weaken things, and then on secondary floors, we can build up our strength by buffing our champion and whatnot. So I think this is a skip. And then I think we want capacity. And heck, we could always just double up on our sweet ass unit later. We have to go left. Please quick. Oh, let's go! Oh my God, that is absurd. So, Shadow Siege, sack, Xylophite, a 9190 sweep with quick. Yeah, that's a pretty good unit. Intrinsic Spell Chain. Kind of like the packed morsels starting in our hand, so that we always have the ability to get morsels, but who cares? We're gonna kill something after the first turn and then we're gonna get morsels. Spell Chain, we just don't need it. Maybe like Immortal Trade, so we can keep a unit alive for many, many turns. I mean, on the sweeper, this is absurd to keep her going. Yeah, let's make a Mortal Trade Spell Chain. We're at 80 packed shards. But also, like, do you see our unit? Our unit is huge. They're 100. They don't scale. And if we go capacity again, we can always play a lifesteal morsel behind them. We will absolutely do this. These units suck. I do hope we draw her early, because we have 3 units in the deck right now. And if we draw her, we might not be able to play her, so we need to be very careful about this. I think we're gonna do basically the same thing. You're gonna add garbage to my deck, I don't care. You're gonna do like 8 damage to the pyre, I also don't care. I can almost play everything. And you know what, we can play Siren Morsel Maker up here. And then Train Steward Penumbra down here. Well, we don't want the Train Steward out there. There's no capacity. We can still play Penumbra on the 2nd floor, there's no problem with that. Yeah, okay. Because this way we get all the kills is what I'm thinking. I don't have the energy. Thank God we didn't draw her. I forgot that this guy is expensive. My bad. Anyways, this is fine. Top floor will get wrecked. And now the bottom floor is gonna get riggedy wrecked. And can we get energy? We can. You're gonna make it up. You do have spikes, so the morsels will die. There's literally nothing to do with them though, except for this, so let's draw. Got a Shade Splitter, who cares? I will gain energy. Should have maybe waited to draw the morsels that didn't attack. You know what? Lesson learned. Just, you know, do it better next turn. 4, 6, doesn't matter. Just play it. All right, we could have done this a lot better. But this is okay. Everything's gonna be fine. Energy Siphon, Offering Token. I think we can play Weight of Contrition. Now, please hit, oh, it will hit the front enemy unit. Oh, it's perfect. Thank you for the morsels. Now you're taking 9 damage, but everything in front of you is gonna take massive damage themselves and possibly die. Thank you for the massive amount of morsels. Morsels! We need more capacity. Well, actually, what we need is to do something about Morsel Maker, because I don't like this top floor. You know what we need? A descend. We need like a holdover cave-in to put everything down on the floor with Penumbra who can just tank. I feel like that would be the best thing. But we just need capacity. Like, I need to be able to put a lifesteal morsel on you. Well, no, we don't, because we have Immortal Trade. I don't know what I'm talking about. Apparently. So, I understand that you are not dying. However, this will probably kill you. And your scaling is going pretty well, honestly. You're doing 100 damage on your own. Oh my god, look at the freaking morsels, man. And there's 100. Spell weakness. Okay. Buff debuff Seraph. Oh my god, Cave and Holdover. Yes. Literally the card I asked for and the game decided to give it to me. Thank you. Frenzied Swarm? It's not bad, but I really want to hold on to the Immortal Trade. We could always play it and then play Frenzied Swarm. What a run, by the way, to literally get the exact card I asked for. It's incredible. So now we definitely do not need capacity, but we could certainly double Silofied. We could have 2 of them. We could have 10 of them. I think dazing, it's just so good. Especially for 2. I'm absolutely okay taking that. Now, I think we do want to go to the Concealed Caverns. For obvious reasons. We're looking for specific things. Duplicator would be nice. Can you even get a duplicator there? I don't know. More multi-strike would also be pretty good here. We could also search for relics. I am like, at the Concealed Caverns, where's the duplicate? I don't know what the name of the event is. Abandoned Train. I'm doing a little bit of looking just because I want to know. Fissure is what it's called. Fissure can appear. The last ring it can appear in is ring number 4. So we're on a ring number 5. I'm pretty sure it cannot appear here. This is ring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it cannot appear here, so we're not gonna be able to like quintuple duplicate our units, but that's fine. Card removal is good. An upgrade on the Siren for another stack of multi-strike would be fantastic. A free relic would be good, and then something out of there, and then we can go like super heavy Merchant of Magic here, or we could do yeah, actually, because I want to make Cave-In cheaper. We could do it here. We gotta remove spells. We don't need Shade Splitters, we don't need Train Stewards. Maybe we just go left and we do card removal and we search for trinkets. Let's do that. I've changed my mind. Train Stewards are literally worthless. There's not even capacity to play them. Grant +2 stacks of Frostbite, spell weakness 2 on the top floor, magic power when you play 3 spells in a turn. Another intrinsic spell chain, huh? An intrinsic Cave-In doesn't really work because the first turn is too expensive. Yeah, I don't care. I will say Morsel Maker and Siren is way easier to play. And the Siren will get 6/6 every turn, but that's just 3 incants. But that's 3 incants you don't have to play every turn. But being able to descend the Morsel Maker onto the floor with the champion and then have the morsels be played on his floor guaranteed, that's quite strong. Quite strong. So I think we don't take anything from the Divine Temple. What we will do though is possibly reroll, although Mind Collapse getting some additional magic power is fine. I just think this doesn't do enough. Totem Fragment is very interesting with spell weakness 2 on the enemy units on the top floor, but in theory, we'll be able to descend enemies every turn, right? So nothing's gonna make it up that far. Let's reroll. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. I think that is nice, because then we can easily make Cave-In free, Blazing Bolt free, Frenzied Swarm free. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of upgrades, but this is more interesting for me. I don't think we want to, and it actually incentivizes me to go Merchant of Magic, although it's just the same thing every time, Pyre Health and money. But we can Hellvent at the very end. Yeah, we can do that. I think we got a good run. Most annoying enemy of the game, but we have Lifesteal, which works very well here. You sweep, but we also do a lot of damage. And you're gonna kill my morsels anyway, so what if I care? What do I care if you do 6 or 12? It's all the same. Yeah, you're freaking huge. That's kind of your whole deal, though. Penumbra just needs to gorge like crazy. I am trying to think. I mean, you gorge +9. We can kill you next turn for certain. So let's get you out here because you need to start scaling. Oh, this is actually beautiful. Now you're dead. Next turn. We'll give you even more life steal. And there's room, but if I play a morsel, it's gonna give me Ember Drain. So I actually think we maybe just don't do anything. I can play Frenzied Swarm to kill you. I can just kill you with a Mind Collapse, actually. Okay, so we're gonna play everything. In fact, we don't need to play Frenzied Swarm. So what we're gonna do, actually, is Shade Split, Morsel Maker, Mind Collapse, Siren. Yeah, we're gonna have... I killed the wrong unit. You're still gonna die, that's just stupid of me. I just forgot to kill him. I'm like, ooh, money! No, it's not how that works. That is not how that works. Can't quite kill you. I can get you 1 HP away from dying. I'm really like super tempted to just duplicate a Silophyte at some point and just have one on the top floor and then descend it. You know, having 2 of them, better than having 1 of them, right? You're gonna live with 1. You're gonna live with 1 HP and move up a floor. I kinda hate it. I just don't have any spells that can kill you. The only spells I have that can do damage are the Mind Collapses, unfortunately. So a morsel will die and then you will get Rage. But I do need to incant to play another card. And I guess we'll just do this. You're annoying, but you're also dead. Also, you're dead. And there's our holdover Cave-In. Do we want to play it? Yes. Because actually we can cave in 1 more turn and then get everything behind the Silophyte or the Siren on the next turn. That sounds like a great idea. If everything can fit. You're only taking 91, but that's why we have this. Now you're taking 500. Yeah, I think we're just gonna descend and kill you. This is exactly what we're looking for. A floor of just a massive amount of units. It's perfect. We just need to thin out the deck and buff our spells a little bit. It's another holdover cave-in. I mean, I like it because for 1 energy, because we can upgrade both of them, we increase our chances of getting this, and it's free, and we like it. So I actually think this is perfect. Now, our deck can be twice as thick, and it's still a good card. And honestly, like, Drain with Sap 6? We're getting such, like, weird synergies. Ice Storm is not what we're looking for, but I think a Drain double stack Sap 6 is fantastic. We have to go energy after this. We just have too many expensive spells. But like, our spells are dynamite. AA numbers Ron, welcome. How you doing today? How's the run? Seems great. It's strange, but I'm like getting literally everything I ask for, so I can't complain at all. In fact, a Cave-in intrinsic holdover is tempting, but I don't think we need it. I don't think we need this either. I think this is a skip. Just Ron works. Where's the fun in that, though? We'll buff the other Mind Collapse. We'll make a Cave-in cheaper. Permafrost. Emergency Cave-in, emergency Blazing Bolts. Crypt Builder, then it's guaranteed playable. I like that. I also like Frenzied Swarm. Let's start by making the other Cave-in cheaper. And we're going heavy spells on this run, because our spells are the only things that really need upgrading. Now Dr. Darling is back in my head, says Quark. I can't think of the tune of the song right now for some reason. It's such good damage when you get spell weakness. I think this is what we want. But Frenzied Swarm is also tempting. We can just play it whenever, though. Like, this being permafrosted means it's always going to be played, even if it takes a while. So let's make it 160 damage. We're about to fight Fel. We're going to go to another Merchant of Magic. So why don't we, and we're gonna get more gold. So why don't we do like 1 removal, maybe 2 removals? Because we have the energy for it. Yeah, I think we can. I still like the Merchant of Steel, just to make our Siren better, but there's also a part of me that's like, go here, Hellvent, just duplicate your Xylophyte. And then you have 2 quick sweepers that do 180 damage, and then you can probably just remove the Siren and the Morsel Maker, and then you're guaranteed to draw them on the first turn of combat. One of them anyways. Like, you don't need the Morsel Maker. And you don't need the Siren. But I guess the idea is that with only 2 Xylophytes, there is a chance that enemies will sneak through. We could get 3 Xylophytes. With the Cave-ins, we can easily get all the enemies down on the same floor and just hit them with sweepers over and over again. Penumbra is not going to be able to gorge, is the problem. Penumbra sucks on this right now. They're gonna gain a bunch of stats early and then never gorge again, which is why I feel like we don't need the Morsel Maker, because the Morsel Maker is gonna take up morsel capacity that could be played with Lifesteal and Damage Shield. I don't know if we should keep Morsel Maker and Siren, because they're good but not good enough. 2 Xylophytes, you play one on the top, one on the bottom, and then you start descending them where appropriate. Once you get the holdover cave-in, you know, once you get 2 of them, your freaking run is sorted. Put everything to the bottom floor and then just kill all the units when they spawn. And you could, if you do it correctly, you can even put Penumbra in the front. It's hard, but you could do it. Sorry, I'm not actually going to the combat. I'm just sitting here. I'm just talking. The other idea, of course, is you put Morsel Maker in the Siren, and then you have something that scales and hits multiple enemies, which is actually pretty good. It's like, you can have one good Siren, I think. The only question is, where do you play it? Because it's gonna take all the capacity on the floor with your champion when you play it. Only 3 in cans. Peak strategizing gameplay can come second. Thank you. I just don't like that the Morsel Maker is 2 capacity. Or sorry, 2, no, A, but also 2 energy. It's scaling though, which I really like. I did this incorrectly. No, I did it correctly. Sorry, I know I'm taking a minute here, but I'm really just trying to develop a strategy for where I want to go. Because the hell venting is super important, but if we go right, we can do a Merchant of Magic and a 1 hell vent for a Merchant of Steel if we're keeping our Siren in the deck. Because we can have 2 Shadow Sieges. Shadow Siege Xylophytes, rather. But also intrinsic one of the cave-ins, and then if we get a lucky -2, we can make it free, but it already only costs -1. Yeah, so I think we want to go, after all of that, I think we want to go Merchant of Magic next. That doesn't change anything. Just go. I'm trying to like convince myself that it's not worth it, that we should instead just dupe the Xylophyte. I'm like, hey, it's large stone, it's super large stone, it's 6 capacity. But no, you really should just duplicate the Xylophyte, because it's that good. In fact, on this turn, I think I want Penumbra in front to tank. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna play Penumbra, Siren, and then Xylophyte up here. And then Penumbra will just gorge everything. I think this can totally work. Yeah, this is fine. We'll just play, we gotta play you at the top floor, but like, who cares? You're gonna be totally fine. You're gonna murder everything. You gain incant, who cares? Play you, we'll play you. I hate getting both Mind Collapses at this point, but... Oh, and you have Spell Shield. So it can only do 10 damage. Oh, we can do this. Get some more sills. Get it? We can do this. We can do... Oh, it dazes all units. That's pretty good. This is an awkward way of playing it, but I want to test to see if Penumbra can actually go in the front. And they can, because we've got the cave-in. But I'm noticing now the problem of doing it like this is that the Xylophyte can only fit on the top floor, so it takes 2 cave-ins to bring her to the bottom. That's not exactly what we are looking for. But we can get it next turn by doing it now, on this turn. And then, next turn everything's gonna go to the bottom, then we've got the quick out, and then we're set. And then our Penumbra is gonna be gorging. You lived though, you're gonna make it up. So I have to cave in you. And now we're figuring out the problem, which is that I need 2 cave-ins. We have 2 cave-ins, we just have to draw them. We also do need to play Blazing Bolts, but we can wait on that, I think. So now you're all dying, so we can cave you in next turn to the bottom. And Penumbra is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can play one morsel. Penumbra is our, there we go. Our tank. They're healing for 24 because we've got morsels down here. Might as well spell weakness you. And then I can descend you next turn, but like this is too many morsels. Now I have 2 cave-ins, but I don't know what to do with them. I can bring you down. I can definitely bring you down. I can only bring down 1 morsel though. I don't know what to do. I guess we have enough energy to play whatever the hell we want. So cave in, you thought you could get away from me. You're not gonna die from that, huh? I mean, you're dead to the quick sweep. Again, what do I care? Yeah, Morsel Maker can go. We can dump that card. So many morsels, man. Because otherwise, you know, we're stacking up the morsels for like no reason, right? I mean, our tank does have 100 HP right now, and then you're living forever, and then you're also living for even longer, and then draw, discard, and then hit you for 180 damage. Oh, it works. It works. Oh my god. Furnace Tap, Multi-Strike 2, Ember Drain 8. Ember Drain 8. But Multi-Strike 2. I mean, that turns the Silo Fight into 273 damage. Sure, we'll never be able to play another card again, but like as a final last ditch, hey, look at this. Man, that's good. It's a trap? I don't think it is. We don't have to play it and we can make it permafrost, hopefully. Shroud Mitosis, we don't care. This is at least interesting. We will be taking energy. Our deck is a little thick. Our draw is a problem, but we are gonna make everything cheaper. You know what? Take draw. I had to think about it for a second, but we are gonna make things cheaper. We're gonna go to the Merchant of Magic right now. And then we're gonna go, probably to the Merchant of Magic again. I know I keep flip-flopping on what the hell I'm actually doing, but to be fair, I don't know what I'm doing because the run is just so good. It's card removal over here, but we can just pay for card removal and then dupe our unit. Or we can put a siren inside of our unit and then have 2 sirens. Yeah, we don't need capacity at all because of the cave-ins. We have 2 of them. As soon as you draw them, units are free, basically. Free as far as capacity goes. So I think I am just gonna make you a super glutton. And if you don't gorge fully, you gorge as much as you can. Upgrade a spell to cost -2. This is something that I was looking for. We don't really need that with a cave-in, although we could have made it intrinsic -2. But a blazing bolt for free? Pretty good. Morsel Maker put inside of a siren, pretty good. Permafrost. What was the card I wanted permafrost? That one. There you go. Again, I'm getting like all of the upgrades that I specifically requested, which is just beautiful. So cave-ins are gonna be free. Double stack? Lifesteal 8. Ember Drain 4, Immortal Trade. No, I like that they're free. I do like that they're free. 1 Mind Collapse, consuming and doing a lot of damage is fine. Morsel Maker and the Siren seems way too familiar, says Zero Debt. I mean, that's true, but that's because it's good. It's +6/+6 every turn on a multi-strike unit, and it gets rid of the Morsel Maker, which is 2 energy and 2 capacity, and allows us to play more morsels with the Cave-In. And allows me to have 1 multi-strike unit that can kill weak things that are surviving. I actually definitely think you get rid of the Morsel Maker. This is not like an incredible play. It's not supposed to be an incredible play. This is supposed to be good enough to give us a little bit more of an advantage. And I will definitely make Blazing Bolts free. Although Frenzied Swarm, really like this for dazing units and discarding your hand, but Blazing Bolts needs to be playable. I mean, we can only upgrade 1. Upgrade, upgrade Frenzied Swarm. Because then we can play other cards and then play that card. We buy everything? We buy a double stack. Energy Siphon? No. We're okay. Dun 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 dun. Spell Shield 2. So the problem is that our Penumbra is super weak until they gorge, but we can play him on the middle floor. And then after the first turn, he's hopefully gonna gorge like 6 times and then start surviving. But I don't think Spell Shield changes anything. We don't rely on spells for damage, except to kill units and get energy, which we don't really care about on this fight, I don't think. Now, Silo Fight is still tempting, but I do really like... No, we gotta do it to wipe you guys. We can keep her alive. Yeah, let's just have Penumbra move up here and then just do as much as possible with gorging. We can descend from the top to the bottom, from the top to the middle, and then at the very end descend from the middle to the bottom. Why did I not think of that previously? Because that's actually fantastic. We did get Blazing Bolts. We should play it, because then it'll be its full upgrade. You're taking a lot of damage. There's nothing really we can do about that for now. We need to deal with you, and we have a Cave-In, which means from the top floor you can be descended every turn. In fact, we can start now and then start gorging the morsels and get the Siren out. So we'll get the Siren out. What do we not want? I mean, this is a good turn. I think we don't want Furnace Tap. You're gonna live? You know what? I can daze you. Yeah, I can daze you on this floor, and then you won't leave. Or I can Mind Collapse you. You know what? Let's Mind Collapse you. I got a lot of morsels. Can't really do anything with them. Got more morsels, but we can play them. They're not going to be Ember Drain now. And 31. This saves you from taking 16. You still have lifesteal. I don't care if you attack. Ooh, but this will get rid of Immortal Trade. We could play Immortal Trade. We could, you know what? We can just ignore Frenzied Swarm. Because I might need to keep the Silophyte alive next turn, which means the Immortal Trade might need to be played. Actually, it needs to be played on this turn. Because next turn, well, I can, because you're gonna take 15 damage regardless. I think we play Immortal Trade. Really do. Now, why are you healing for 0? Because you're still taking damage. Okay, now you're gonna have 16. And 1 lifesteal. We're gonna have an energy problem, but our important cards are still free. Now you're taking 20, but that's fine, because you're healing and you're gonna burn off the Ember Drain. Okay, who cares? Now, do we need more than one cave-in? Maybe we should get rid of a cave-in? I could cave-in right now. You would get stats and a damage shield. You're only taking 20 on this turn, though. You'd heal, though. I really want to get Penumbra leveled up and then descend later. Let's not play this one so we can get through the deck a little faster. Units are gonna start stacking up. So maybe we should have descended to the very bottom. Hell, our home. Something, something, Starship Enterprise. Taking 36. Maybe, yeah, I think we should have descended with the other cave-in and have everything on one floor getting hit by the 91 damage every turn. That's kind of the whole point of having multiple Silophytes. We're just doing it with one Silophyte, and we're doing it incorrectly. It'll get you down to 4 HP, huh? Well, you might as well descend, then do it, right? Well, you might as well Frozen Lance, then do it. Now there's only one unit living, which is great. You're not quite living, so you're dying because you're taking 21 damage. A daze will keep you alive. You will only take the 10 from the guy exploding. So you're gonna live for another turn. I mean, we know what we're doing here. The same thing we do every day, Pinky. Try to descend the Gilded Wings. And look at our champion, he's real freaking strong. Yeah, 2 cave-ins would have been nice to get everything to the bottom floor. I only cared because the Silophyte is taking damage from the explosive enemies. But I don't know how we're gonna, I mean, we'll think about it on a case-by-case basis in the future. That's all I can really say. Think about it later. Everything's dying. Daze you guys, and you hit the crit builder, which is unnecessary, but that's fine. We should play this. We are going to descend. We're gonna try to descend to the bottom floor. I should have done this differently. I should have kept a damage shield morsel. Well, it wouldn't have mattered. All right, well in that case, let's just cave in. I can't believe we drew 4 Frozen Lances on that turn. Because I was thinking we could maybe cave in a morsel from the top to the bottom floor, but you're killing me in one hit anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? We are hitting for 315 damage. We're gonna be just fine. I'm gonna let you die, because I have no way of keeping you alive. Did we find... Does this card not consume or something? Did we finally just draw Excavated Ember? I guess we do have a 30 card deck. But we already shuffled it once. How did I guess I just didn't play it previously. Okay. Weird. I guess I should have hit you with the damage shield, but like you're dead anyways. You're just taking too much damage. Do this. Don't need 2 cave-ins, don't need this. Give you 7 lifesteal, give you 11 lifesteal, give you 15 lifesteal. All right. I mean, that seemed pretty good. All right, so AA Ron, aka Just Ron, says, this is why I think it's better to play on one floor because your strongest unit is slowly being chipped to death. It's taken me a long time to realize this in Monster Train. I realized this a while back, but that's fine. You can have units have specific tasks in Monster Train, and that's what we have built. Our champion kills bosses, 300 damage and 200 HP and like 10 lifesteal. The sweeper, really its only job is to get us to the boss fight. Its job is to kill the support units, do a lot of damage to the big units. You know, we can give it multi-strike, we can double it, we can do whatever, keep it alive as long as we can with lifesteal. But if the Icy Silophyte dies, I don't care. Because by the time it dies, our champion is gonna be doing insane amounts of damage, and ideally, the Siren is gonna be making up some of the damage that we're lacking at that point. So like, the Silophyte taking the chip damage over this fight and dying, it didn't come into play at all, did it? By the time the boss came in, the Silophyte got one attack in, immediately died, and then next turn we had 15 lifesteal and Penumbra doing 500 damage per turn. That's perfect, that's exactly what we want. Engine upgrade is actually kind of tempting. +1 energy per turn. So if we can make that happen, every combat will win. The Silophyte will murder everything that's weak, and then anything big, we're just gonna lifesteal out of the way of it. And if it gets chipped to death and dies on the boss, who cares? That's why I love, you'll notice this when I play Monster Train. Anytime I have the possibility of getting a quick sweep, high health and damage unit, melding a Shadow Siege, a Demon Fiend inside of a like Husk Hermit, I will take that in a heartbeat, because that is an insanely good unit. I don't know what I want here though. Feast, since we removed the morsel creator, we haven't been having a morsel problem. Morsel maker. Engine upgrade gives us energy. Do we need the energy? You know what, because it's permafrosted, we can probably play it, although it's... I think we can take it. Guardian Storm, Guardian Stone, Ice Storm, Frenzied Swarm. I don't really want a holdover daze, although it's a holdover daze, which is really good to keep your units alive, isn't it? If the enemies literally can't attack, then the damage you take is meaningless. All right, in hindsight, that's pretty good. I will add a holdover daze. I don't think it's perfect, but I think it's good enough. And then we do want to upgrade our units finally, because there's one upgrade that we want on Siren, and then probably duplicate either the Silophyte or the Siren. Our spells are already so upgraded. Endless is not what we're looking for. I think we're just gonna re-roll. And we got another multi-strike, which is pretty much perfect. Damage shield 2 to the first friendly unit summoned each turn, merchant costs reduced. Not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. Damage shield 2 to the first friendly unit is okay, but we don't put morsels in front to tank hits. We just put morsels in back to get eaten. So after the first turn, this is kind of useless. And we know we can keep our units alive. That's not a problem. Ron says, this didn't start as me trying to backseat. I was originally just debating the merits of taking something other than capacity. I'm not accusing anyone of backseating. I'm actually just, I like explaining my logic, because then if I come across, you know, an immediate thought in my head that says, wait, you're dumb, stop talking, I can say, wait a minute, you might be thinking, do this instead, and you're right, and I can make it seem like I'm actually a smart guy. Let's reroll. I'm gonna play your 20th morsel, deal 150 damage. That's good enough. We know we can make that work. I'm also very tempted to take random costs, but our deck is so cheap. Cork, thank you for the gift sub to Just Ron. And now everyone can see my confusion and my desire to say AA Ron, which is, now that I think about it, just Aaron. I'm a little slow sometimes. We have no upgrades available. Let's purge a Frozen Lance, and then we'll purge a, I still think we want to purge a Frozen Lance. The morsels, we can always just play them and descend them. And now the real question is, what do you dupe? Do you dupe a Xylophyte to make another massive quick sweeper unit, or do you dupe like a Siren to have another multi-striker? I think we can dupe the Siren. We need more, well, if we need more wide damage, why not just dupe the Xylophyte? You have another wide damage. I'm allowed to point out my ideas, I will continue. Yes, please, I like people pointing out their ideas, asking questions, or giving their own thoughts on the matter. I love that. The type of backseating I don't like is spoilers. Like when I was playing Elden Ring, it's like, I don't want to know the name of any boss. I don't want to know where anything is. I'm just exploring. That's the type of backseating I don't like. Debate, I like. This is serious talk for a not serious situation in which I think we're probably gonna win, but like, what unit do we add to the deck? Xylophyte is still a good add, but another, I mean, the Siren is real good. I think our sweeper is good enough to weaken things. Let's get more damage dealing in the form of another Siren, because then we can have sweep, Siren, Siren, champion, and then 3 morsels. Although, now we're more likely to draw her early. Screw it, I'm gonna take the Xylophyte just to make her more likely to be drawn early. Quirk says the names of the bosses in Elden Ring didn't matter because they were all basically the same name. Yep, that's a good point. You got a good point there, kid. Hey, and guess what? We didn't draw the unit we wanted on the first turn, so already I'm kind of disappointed. But there is a chance. You know what? We just have to play on the top floor, I think. We can't play on the middle floor. Our units are gonna die. This guy does 50 damage. So I think we have to play on the top, which is really annoying because we also have no morsels in hand, and this will give us morsels. Who would forget about Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing? I love that when you find Latenna, she is like, do you work for that brute who knows all? He's talking about freaking Ofnir. I was definitely thrown by the Elden Ring intro cinematic when it said it said all the tarnished. Sir Gideon Ofnir, the Dung Eater, like Fia, the Deathbed Companion. Are these bosses? I was a little thrown. I don't know what to play. I don't know where to play. I think if we play on the bottom, we're gonna die because we need time to gorge. So I think we go up here, as bad as it is. And I was really hoping to get a gorge card. We didn't. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to lower capacity here because capacity here doesn't matter. And we'll get extra energy. That was a very bad turn, but now we have morsels, which is what we need. We also need the Xylophyte to come out and start doing some freaking damage. There we go. I mean, that basically couldn't have been a worse early draw, especially with these units here. I just don't know how we're gonna handle them now. Well, not the worst draw. It's pretty bad, though. If I kill you, I will generate more morsels. That's not what I want. Hey, Zero Debt! Thank you for the gift sub as well. Also, nobody will forget Melania, Blade of Mechila, who was never known defeat. Ah, who could forget? Who could forget? How the hell am I gonna keep my champion alive? He's only gonna have 26 HP. He's literally dead to the first 2 units. You know what we need? We need days. So, what I'm going to do, you're taking 4 damage, who cares? Is I'm going to Shade Split. That's actually so good. We will Ember Cash. This is gonna create morsels. We have to do it. We're gonna gain armor. Not being able to play the other Xylophyte sucks, but we just drew so poorly I had to start up here. Because we didn't draw a Xylophyte early. We drew everything but the Xylophyte. At least we've got a chance now. Yeah, okay, so Frenzied Swarm will daze everything, and we can daze everything on the middle floor. And it will discard Crit Builder, which will do a lot of damage on its own. Hopefully kill you. So we will get a morsel, play a morsel. I think we will cave in at this point. Draw a card. It's Blazing Bolts, but we can't play it. We can't afford it. What we can afford, though, is Frozen Lance, Frenzied Swarm. Gain morsels, discard a card, draw another card, gain more morsels in your hand. It worked. Not complaining. And now we can discard we can daze every turn, which is freaking great. You need more lifesteal. Now, do we play this to hold it over, or do we play this to daze 2? I think we play this to daze 2. Although, I'd like to daze you next turn because you are Ember Drain Sweep. So maybe we will daze 1 every turn. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can get 2 more morsels. Give me a lifesteal. Give me a plus 6 HP. We got plenty of energy, so play this. Then descend. Play you. Play you. Daze. You're living and you're healing for 45, but that's okay, because you'll just be descended again and dazed again. This isn't how we drew it up, but it's still going fine. Just dump the Frozen Lance, who cares? We did get both cave in, so we could cave into the bottom now, which means we can cave into the bottom and lifesteal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. However, we can't have 8 units on the same floor, but we can Mind Collapse and then do the descending. So it will work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm okay at, maybe we're okay with the Silo Fight staying here and continuously buffing the champion. Maxwell, thank you for the subscription as well. Hello. By the way, Kaka. Yeah, you know what? Screw the Silo Fight. We don't need her. Keep buffing the champion. He's the only thing that matters. Gain. That was a shuffle. That was surprising. 1 more. Descend everything. I can't believe you are still... You're living and gaining 105? Oh, it's because of the sweep. You'll die. Quirk, thank you for the gift subs as well. Stop it. There's too many. Actually, never stop, ever. You're dead. Who cares about you? Play this. Play this. Do we want to hold over the other cave-in? I don't think we do. We have enough lifesteal on the champion. If the Silo Fight dies on the boss, I don't mind, like, at all. So I think we'll just daze. They're not gaining 40 HP. Yeah, oh no, please quit. Oh no! Hey, we can actually, you know what? Completely forgot about this. We can play another Silo Fight. I'm a dummy. Thank you. We will just cave in, get you up here, and then we can descend you later, and, you know, now we've got a sweeper behind our champion. Who cares? It's fantastic. It's lovely. You love it. Literally can't play them. It's like basically perfect because this is the last wave before the boss comes out. I would like her to live. We can make her live, or we can just go all in up here. Either way, it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, we do need to play a Blazing Bolts though. There's our morsels. We can't really do anything with these morsels right now. I guess we'll Ember Drain ourselves for next turn. And then, I don't need you. You can die. We're just gonna buff the Penumbra. So I'm just going to, oh, but it discards your Immortal Trade. Well, you know what? I'll play it then. We also got very lucky drawing this, and now we actually have energy. I mean, don't really need an energy siphon. We'll play it there, though. Oh, we got another one. 2, 3, 4. Morsel Blitz! Hey! Sorry. That's what I meant to say. All right, I'd like to keep my damage shield, but also stacking up another stack of melee weakness or spell weakness on you would be kind of nice. You do 45 damage, which is annoying, but there's no way you can survive this. This is great. We drew Furnace Tap. Yes, please give my champion triple damage. And then daze you for 2 turns. We're not even getting attacked now, I think. Oh, you hit me once. That was such a good draw. We have a lot of Ember Drain in our deck, and unfortunately, the permafrosts aren't really working that well with the draw discard that we have from Frenzied Swarm. We're drawing permafrost, discarding it, and then we can't hold it in our hand. But the daze is worth so much. I think it's totally worth it. Whatever small price we pay, it's worth it. I mean, this might be the best turn we could ask for. Actually, like, you have damage shield, I don't really care. We have the Silophytes, and we have the Cave-In. The only question is, where do you put Penumbra? If you play him here, he dies. That's unfortunate. So let's think about this for a minute. We can kill you, get energy back. You're gonna die to the Silophyte anyways, and you're all gonna attack and hit us. So we're gonna take a lot of damage, but we can heal this up later. We have to start here, unless, you know, really it's what do we draw? You've got to go there. And if I play you, you could die. But we have... Oh, we win. I think? Did we get the perfect draw? I think we did, because we can descend, morsel, daze, gorge, descend you again, bottom floor, Rex. Yeah. I think we won off of that draw of Frenzied Swarm. Because I'm just thinking. We can play this as well. We cave in immediately. You get your Penumbra up here. He's not dying. We can absolutely play this down here. Absolutely daze you up here. Now you're not killing my morsels. Then, oh hey look, cave you in again. Now you're screwed. Now everything is literally just dying immediately. You love to see it. I think what I will do is absolutely play the Siren. We got the Cave-In, which is actually what I was looking for. No, save this. You're gonna eat the morse. You're gonna. I need to not cave in you, but you're gonna eat. I need to let you die now. The Penumbra's got to be the one in front gorging. We should have descended and then played the Siren in the back. That's a bit of a misplay. That's more than a bit of a misplay. It's a huge misplay. But we can always daze up here and just play morsels for the time being. I will not worry about the other Cave-In because of the way that I screwed this up. So instead, what are we gonna do? I think we're just gonna daze. Probably just days down here, I think, right? Yeah. That was a misplay, for sure. But we have 2 sirens, so they can just occupy the middle floor. No, we don't. We have 2, oh, right, 2 xylophytes. Who cares? Days down here is good. You know, I should descend you. You have spikes? You do, but you're gonna lose spikes. You have a sweep? No. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna descend the siren down here. We'll just have a floor of penumbra in the middle. We can play morsels and descend them. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't want, like, yeah, I played this very incorrectly. I mean, we'll do it like this because our morsels won't get eaten otherwise. I don't know, do we even need the mind collapse? We don't really need the mind collapse. Oh, I can't even play you, huh? Yeah, it's a little annoying. I can sap you, but then we have a chance of losing the Frenzied Swarm. We don't even have the energy to play it right now. And we do need to play it down here more than anything else, so yeah, this is a little incorrect, but I think I'm still okay with it. We'll play this for Morsel Blitz, and then this does save you 3 damage from the spikes. You did get a couple of good morsels, if only I could keep them alive, which you can't, so. I don't know how you're only losing 2. Oh, because you're eating all the morsels, makes sense. So there's our immortal trait, it'll keep you alive. We are gonna play it. You'll have lifesteal next turn as well. If there's nothing good to descend, we might as well descend you to get you out of the sweep floor. Now we can play morsels. Not playing morsels there, though. Ooh. You know what? Please give me some morsels. So we can start that gorge process. And then, I don't want to get too Ember Drained, so we'll just do it like this. We don't need to gorge the champion, he already had lifesteal. He still has lifesteal. You're annoying, but we can descend you from the top floor, which is totally fine. Every turn you add garbage to my deck, though, but, you know, we'll kill you. In fact, we're gonna almost certainly kill you immediately. Wow, you're taking 96 damage because the units are invisible. And I drew both of my dazes, too, so I can't really daze them both. You know what, we'll daze you. We'll daze you. We'll daze you with, daze 2. Because we have to. Otherwise, we're gonna have some problems. I wouldn't mind giving you lifesteal, but we can't. We'll do it like this, and then this, and then this, and then this. This is also free, so we can do this, and then this, and then cave in, and then I will just daze 2. Now you're gonna run out of stealth. That's so tempting, but we don't need it. We don't need it right now anyways. We do have a lifesteal morsel. We don't need Furnace Tap. I think that this might be an unnecessary addition to the deck. That's what it seems like. Now we didn't get a daze, but it doesn't matter because our sweepers are doing enough damage there that everything is gonna be just fine. You're not leaving. It's hard to kill you when we only have 1 unit on that floor, but who cares if you live every turn? Because I'm gonna hit you, you know, every turn. Oh. You know, you're never gonna hit the pyre. And eventually I can just descend you if I want down to the silo fights and then you'll die. But that was enough apparently from Morsel Blitz. That's why you take a Morsel Blitz. Now you're dead. Barely, but you're dead. You know what? Screw you, buddy. Screw you, buddy. Mortal Trade. You know what? This seems like an opportune time to get ahead of the life issue on that floor. Our champion is just punching the boss. Nothing to do up there except hit him. We got a cave in. We could cave in at this point, but I mean, clearly there's no point. Clearly we're fine. Actually don't need both cave-ins, so yeah, we'll just play this. We'll play you just to have you. Waves remaining 2. Nothing's making, I mean, we have 100 damage to all units, 100 damage to all units, and then 300 damage to anything that survives. We have a ton of energy. Play the morsel. Play the morsel. Drew a Shade Splitter, huh? Probably play that morsel. Play that morsel! Got one. What is up, actually? What is nothing? You're gaining a lot of HP. You're getting hit. You know what? Why don't you take a little immortal trade action and then get dazed. Immortal Trade is such a good card because you don't need it. You don't need to play it every turn. You don't need to save it for Relentless. You can just play it to keep a unit alive. It's fine. It was a great run. Shadow Siege. Fantastic unit. Just to have stats. The raw stats are so good. We took literally every trial. Wasn't even a contest. And ding, we got another victory achieved on the DLC progress chart. No more card masteries. I am kind of curious what is unmastered. For the Greater Good, Power of Knowledge, and Bog Deep Cocoon. There's gotta be more, right? Hellhorn. Oh. Is there really 2 cards I have unmastered? No, mastered, but not divine mastered. There you go. How are you not divine mastered? Oh, you know what? There is no search option for mastered but not divine mastered. I need like a regex query. So I literally can't tell, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, good run. I love Shadow Siege's just raw stats. Put it in anything. Put it in anything, ideally with sweep and quick, and then if it dies, it dies. If it clears 3 waves, it clears 3 waves on its own. It's beautiful. And we had actually managed to make a Penumbra Gorge run work, which I understand is not the meta for Umbra, just because gorging is kind of tough, but we had a perfect run to make it work. Our spells were insanely fantastic. We got 2 holdover cave-ins, which would allow us to build up lots of morsels behind the champion. The Daze cards that we had, Frenzied Swarm. I mean, we just had a wonderful, almost perfect deck. That was fantastic. Extremely good luck on Capricious Reflection. I think that's why you gotta take it, because getting a holdover cave-in for free is beautiful. For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel. Any of the links below in the video description. And I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.